Bangkok is hot and Thailand is hot in general. You can see my hands, the skin is going off because of my sunburn, what I got a few days ago going from Phuket to Krabi. So today I'm back already in Bangkok, and I thought, as this is the great opportunity to talk about the top 3 my favorite malls in Bangkok. It's very hot, my skin is in not the best conditions, and when it's hot in Bangkok, what's the most people doing? They're going to hide in the mall because of the aircon, no sun. So let's check this out. The mall number 3 on today's list is Terminal 21 Mall, just next to the very busy Sukhumvit Road and actually the junction of Sukhumvit Road and Asok. This mall is very unique, I could say, because each floor have a different name of the city or country. It is very easy accessible by the MRT Sukhumvit or BTS Asok. Let's get started with the lower ground there.
So this is the gate 4. When you enter the mall, it's like in the airport. The lower ground floor is the Caribbean floor, and then we have some bread talk, some bookstore, overall like a Japanese donut store, some cafes like Cafe Amazon. This is one of my favorite ones, by the way. This is like a food court, little bit on the lower ground. Dairy Queen, some pharmacy, weight zone, very nice lantern. This is like a lighthouse because obviously Caribbean. Garden market. You can find some very interesting stuff over here, like a bird papas. That's actually one of my favorite one whenever I'm traveling in Southeast Asia, especially as we don't have in Bali like this one. There's mini market also, and then let's go to the ground floor, which is Rome. Then on the Rome, of course, we have to have some fashion shops. So there will be like some boutiques. You can see at the top of the lighthouse over here some branded shops like Lacoste, Lee Cooper, and much more. Definitely Pandora shop for everyone who are looking for jewelry and the clothes. But what is the most interesting, there is like a Rome decorations everywhere on the pillars, which actually makes this mall looks very interesting. Also the ceiling is very beautiful. It's like you are going more into museum rather than just to the mall. So I really huge respect for the level of details of this mall. And that, don't forget, this is not the airport, it's just the mall. Also a lot of bazaars right now everywhere between the shops where you can buy some clothes and other accessories, which was never before when it was only on the day when I start recording this video. Let's go to the another floor, which is Paris. It's called M floor Paris. When you enter, actually it's like a ground floor, and you are coming like to the airport. You have so much is going on, and you have a view of the mall, how big is it. Then of course there are some another boutiques like Victoria's Secret or Starbucks, and the Starbucks is of course very busy in Southeast Asian countries wherever you go. And then will be another bazaar with some street food again. This is something what was only on the day of recording. It's not every day like that. And then let's move to the level 1, which is Tokyo. By many this is the most interesting level, but definitely one of the most beautiful decorations over here. You can feel like you are on the city somewhere walking in Tokyo literally. So everything is stylized like for one of the specific level of the mall have a specific decor. This one is Tokyo. You can find so many clothes, decorations. There is even one alley like in Kyoto. Just the bamboo trees are not here, but definitely you can find so many interesting cafes and the shops, boutiques. Also the huge JD Sports everywhere for everyone who are looking to buy some sports accessories. And let's go to another floor, which is level 2, London. London floor is also very interesting. You can find so many gaming shops. I don't know actually why they allocate the gaming shops in London. However, that somehow makes sense. There's Red Bus, which is also very interesting. So many decorations like London streets, and of course you can find so many clothes on this floor as well, with the decor of the English streets. This is like you will walk somewhere in the center of London a little bit. Also there is the characteristic old telephone, which is of course only decoration, you cannot call, and also some gaming section. Okay, let's go to another floor, which is the Istanbul. When you arrive to Istanbul floor, you can see the beautiful lanterns and aliens balloons. I don't know actually why they are aliens balloons, but let's focus more about the lights on the ceiling. Very nice decor actually, like you can feel like really little bit like in Istanbul somewhere. And of course there will be so many shops with the delivery, leather shops as well. You can buy some shoe or handbags, and also very interesting floor for sure for everyone. And let's go to the floor number 4, which is San Francisco City Street. San Francisco City Street, because there are actually 2 floors calling San Francisco. There's on the 4th floor already restaurants where you can have your time with having a lunch or dinner, or also you can find the San Francisco legendary tram. So it's also a great place to making any kind of pictures, of course, and so many options for dining. But also very interesting is the imitation of the San Francisco Golden Bridge, and the replica is actually very cool, and I realized many people making pictures there. And also this beautiful cake shop. Let's go to San Francisco Pier 21 floor. When you arrive on this is the last floor on this mall, you can find another more restaurants everywhere around and some decor. But what is the most interesting on this mall is that, as you can see, of course, the Golden Bridge from the top. How does it look like? But the most interesting and most important part of this floor is the Pier 21 food court, which is one of the most popular food courts in Bangkok. You can find so many nice selections of food, and it's maybe not the best one in Bangkok, but definitely is the cheapest one. That's why you can find the people from all around the world eating here during the lunchtime, but also so many local people, especially locals who are working around, they coming to having a lunch in this food court. Also in this food court is very interesting fact, as you cannot pay by cash, so you need to have a special prepaid card where there are 2 tickets option, 2 ticket offices actually in one entrance and the exit. You can just top up your card, and wherever you wanna order, you just paying using this card. Also there's the huge seating section, and also food options is a lot. I'm gonna take my favorite one, which is fish soup with the noodles. Also there's so many selections of noodle in this soup. I just took the glass one. 1 chocolate bun as the dessert, and all of this costs you like literally $3 maybe, or even less. Also there's another floor which is called Hollywood, so my bad, this is not the Pier 21 wasn't the toppest one. There's another floor which is called Hollywood, obviously, and as the name sounds, they are cinemas, and for some reasons they are the electronic shops with the phones and the, you know, you can buy your SIM. I didn't be in any cinema on this occasion, however looks pretty alright. As you can see, the mall is pretty huge, having at least 7 floors if I'm not mistaken, and each floor have a different decorations.
Mall number 2 on my list today is Central World in central Bangkok. This is like a huge mall in the center of Bangkok, obviously. It's very characteristic due to their billboards everywhere around, what so many ads are displayed. A big yard with the fountains and some special events time to time. But also over here you can find a very fancy Apple store. This is one of the best Apple stores in Southeast Asia and one of the most beautiful Apple stores in the world. Also brand new iPhones are coming out tomorrow, I think. It depends of some regions. Let me know in the comment section if you're gonna buy iPhone 14. Anyway, let's explore the mall from the lower floor.
Central Mall is definitely one of the biggest mall in Bangkok, or maybe even this is the biggest mall in Bangkok so far. On the first floor, actually on the ground floor, you can find some, of course, the bazaars, Swarovski shop, delivery shops, also some very fancy looking parties here with the beautiful cakes everywhere. This is so tempting, by the way. It's funny because they relocate this at the beginning of the mall whenever you just enter from the ground floor. Then you have also some very interesting flower shop on the middle of the hall. So this mall is a little bit different than the previous one. Of course there will be Starbucks are everywhere in Southeast Asia, either you like it guys or not. Some very interesting neons. This is actually also very cool. Also very interesting Neta cars. I googled is the Chinese electric cars in Bangkok, and there is the plan of the mall itself. It's called Central World. Very interesting elevators going up. As you can see, quite a lot of floors, and this is like one of the 3 main halls of this mall. Of course, some Fila branded shops, Pull&Bear, also Zara, and many other branded shops for anyone who are looking for some clothes to buy. This is a little bit of the view of the mall itself. Also, there's very huge Uniqlo shop. Actually, in this mall, every shop is big. This is one of the biggest sports shop in full entire Thailand. It's like a super huge. If I would like to cover only this shop, it's gonna take me like 10 minutes of this video. So if you are looking for sports details, you can find this. Also, you can find also there like a G-Shock shop and the Ducati shop for everyone who are lover of the stuff. So each shop actually is very big one. It looks like each brand have a flagship shop in this mall. Also, of course, some cafes on the middle of the hall, and this end pressers, and of course many shops with the clothes. Also over here is the shop with the camping stuff, Häagen-Dazs, ice creams. So basically in this mall you can find everything. Wherever you are looking, definitely in Central World you're gonna find this, starting from the flagship of the Nike shop, electronic shops where would you like to buy the SIM card with ice, or maybe the phone. This is also on this floor. All the major operators of the telecommunication operators are on this floor. You have another electronic shop with this very fancy looking e-bike, True 5G. This is what I'm using. This is one of the top 3 operators for having internet. So interesting decor, and this is the view of another hall of this mall, Central World. And of course the audio system, Bose system, another gaming shop. So many actually gaming shops in Bangkok. I just realized watching this video. DJI flagship store. I just realized that the drone what I bought in Malaysia was more expensive than the same drone in Bangkok. So keep it in mind, prices of electronics are a little bit cheaper in Bangkok. If you would like to buy the new phone or maybe the drone or stuff like this. Camera World shop. So for everyone who are using the big cameras or looking to buy the new lens, is very nice option to you. There's like an option section with the banks in the mall. Also, like I had to do some payment of the bills in Thailand. So everything is on in this mall. And of course we have options with the restaurants, like every single mall gonna have it restaurants. Also there is the Toy for Us for every kids, or would you like to buy for your kids. So also Bloody Bunny. This is actually very interesting. I never know this brand before. And this is also Central Food Hall. I heard actually at the beginning once somebody told me this is very nice food court. Then I read the reviews as this is actually not the best food court in the malls. So I don't know, you can let me know in the comment section what do you think about this mall. And let's go to the top floor. There is like another cinema. I think every mall in Bangkok having a cinema on the top floor. If you go outside, there's also very beautiful panorama of Bangkok city. There is like a huge empty space, so you have plenty of space to walking around and making pictures. Also there is Bangkok street food court, which is outside the mall, but belongs to the mall, I think, because it's on the same yard. You can find so many interesting stuff inside. If you watch my previous video, I make a more detailed video from this place.
And eventually I arrived to my favorite mall on today's list, which is Icon Siam. I don't know why actually I really like this mall. Maybe because it's very nice and you can find so many things everywhere around. Maybe because they have the best views from the mall in all entire Bangkok. Maybe because there is one of the biggest Starbucks in Southeast Asia and the biggest in Thailand, with the beautiful view overlooking the panorama of Bangkok and the river. Or maybe because it looks also very good during the daytime and nighttime. Of course you can find so many interesting stuff inside, and also this mall is very tourist friendly because you have a special discount if you are non-Thai resident, guys. Maybe because they are just the fireworks next to the mall and the river right here, right now. So cool. This is a very special place in Bangkok. Definitely worth to come and experience it, even if you don't like the mall.
Icon Siam is definitely one of the most beautiful malls in Bangkok, in Thailand, or overall one of the most beautiful malls what I ever visited. Also, the way how to get there is very interesting. If you're looking to go by public transportation like BTS or metro, you have to go to the one pier and cross the river by the free shuttle what is provided by the Icon Siam, and you can enjoy the panorama of the view of the mall from the river view, which is actually highly recommended, because if you're gonna go by car you're gonna miss this view. And this is actually one of the big attraction of Bangkok. It's actually very beautiful in my personal opinion. You can let me know in the comment section what do you think about the view of this mall in general. Also, when you arrive to the pier, you can have different attractions from there. So it's a little bit like a tourist attraction mall. Also, you can board to the some sort of cruise party and enjoy your free time when you are in Bangkok. But let's focus today on the mall. Of course, there are so many brands and so many options inside. First thing what you can see when you enter the mall is very fancy looking the restaurants and the cafes with so many beautiful decorations, and you can feel as this mall is a little bit different than the others one. It feels like you are entering some very nice venue in general. Of course, so many restaurants and the cafes on the ground floor. There is no lower floors. The lower floors are only reserved for the parking. So many nice pastries here, chocolates, cafes, and also the restaurants with the theme of the each cuisines. Actually very beautiful place in general to be. Then we can go to the food court, which is one of the very big food courts in the malls itself. Also it's like a bazaar. You can find so many clothes options, decorations options, even a little bit like a boats like in Venice. So the mall itself is just very beautiful. That's why I choose this mall as the destination number one regarding the malls in Bangkok. But let's focus now about the food court. Of course, they have some fruits, veg options, mostly juices, actually some deliveries. When you enter, actually when I was making this video it was very hard for me to focus what I gonna film, because everything was looking so interesting and so tempting. Starting from the clothes, from the accessories, from the decorations where they're on the ceilings, finishing with the food where actually everywhere around. I had my gyoza, what I forgot to film because I was too excited. But also they have a very nice, stairs going up, which is still very similar style at what we have in the Lempuyang temple in Bali. My favorite dragon fruit juice, of course, and so many food options. When you finish with food and you have a lot of energy to going up, you go to the first floor and you have a premium brands like Louis Vuitton, Dior, Porsche. Even there is the Porsche and Maserati inside. But let's focus on the Dior, Louis V, Cartier, Versace and stuff like this one with the beautiful decoration. So this is like a part of the mall for the people who are interested into this stuff, into these brands. But even if you are not, it's very nice to walk around and enjoy the how beautiful is this mall in general. And of course, Maserati, what we can see right now on the screen. I was more interested about the cars like this one rather than the Louis V and stuff. But of course, everybody have a different interest. Also, I was surprised that they selling the Porsche Maserati in the mall. Usually, malls don't having a stalls with this stuff, right? Then is the big Apple store, of course, and the view of the mall itself is very huge. It's cost whooping 1.6 billion American dollars, by the way. This is the percentage, the cafe shop, what I tried actually previously in Central World, and the view of the mall in general. This is like a 3-story HM. By the way, 3 stories for the HM is quite big. This is BMW and Mini, of course, so many cars they are displayed on this mall. And this is a little bit of the explanation about the tourism card program in Icon Siam. So you can have so many discounts if you are the tourists here, so it's also very tourist friendly. Of course, there is one of the 2 Starbucks there, and you have of course fancy massage chairs, and the overall view of the mall is pretty impressive. This is the section with the shops like a Uniqlo and stuff like this one. Of course, so many fashion shops in this mall, so everyone could find something for yourself what is suitable. Also huge JD. I like actually personally JD. It's a good place to buy some shoe and accessories for the sports. Usually flagship of Nike don't have it for some reason, and there's like another huge part of the shopping mall where are actually clothes only, and overall view of the mall is pretty impressive. This is the section with the fashion overall. Then we enter the another floor, which is like a starting with the investment center, which looks actually pretty impressive as well, and the mall is changing into a little bit different decor. Also, this is the map of the floors. There are 8 floors in this mall. There are also some clinics and the spas and the, beauty and health options in this mall. So like I said, everyone should find something for yourself what is suitable. There's also a section of the mall for the kids, like education section and the playground. Of course, so many shops, options. It's actually, like I said previously, it's very hard to making videos like this one, especially when you have a limited period of time, because there's so many things to see and to do. And this is just the mall, but it's actually very impressive mall. I mean, the level of details, level of decors, level how they design the mall itself is really impressive, especially for Southeast Asia. Maybe if you are in Dubai or somewhere, it doesn't really matter, it's plenty around. But in Southeast Asian countries, this was definitely one of my favorite mall, not only in Bangkok, not only in Thailand, but whole Southeast Asia. And this is Starbucks Reserve, one of the biggest Starbucks in the world, definitely one of the Starbucks with the best, most beautiful view. I make a special video about the Starbucks and the mall, little bit of this mall, but about the Starbucks and other skyscraper. In the previous vlogs, you can check this out, and this is like an 8th floor, which is like more like a convenience center, and there are halls for the presentations. Currently we're empty when I was filming, but I believe if there are some big events, you can find so many interesting stuff over there. And this is overall view from of this mall. You can really get lost over there. It's huge. You need few hours if you wanna enjoy the mall to the fullest, or even full entire day, especially as you have a beautiful food court there, so you can enjoy your time. And of course, so many shops and options like this one. Definitely you will enjoy when you get there.
This is it for today. Special video regarding the malls. I hope so you enjoy. That's my top favorite 3 malls in Bangkok. Let me know which mall is your favorite one, or do you like my list for today. Meanwhile, I hope so you enjoy. If you like the video, don't forget to big thumb up, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you as always tomorrow on next video. See ya.